In this episode, we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting and review of G4's Dia de los Muertos Madera Reposado right here on the Tequila Hombre. Coming up next. Hello and welcome to this episode of the Tequila Hombre, where today we're going to be taking a look at and doing a tasting and review of the G4 Madera Reposado, the Dia de los Muertos edition of it. It comes in this really interesting coffin box and retails for around $300 to $400 for this Reposado. Now, I've had a lot of people ask me, hey, Hombre, is this worth $300 to $400? And my response was, I don't know. Let me do a review and I'll get back to you. So as part of this review, we'll discuss whether it's actually worth $300 to $400 for a Reposado. But let's talk a little bit about this project. This project was done by Felipe Camarena, who is the master distiller and owner of El Pendillo. This was a special dream project for him. He's also wanted to do something for the Dia de los Muertos. So this is like a 10-year-old dream for him. Now, when they sell the Reposado, it comes in a cardboard box like this. And on this coffin case, they have one of three medallions. R.I.P. El Pendillo. They have Alan, R.I.P. Alan, and they have a Dia de los Muertos girl on it. And so normally if you look at the box, it has a check mark by whichever one this is. So like this one is the El Pendillo one. And to show you the box, comes in this really nice wooden box that looks like a coffin. It's got the pallbearer handles on it. It's got on the top, this one you saw has the R.I.P. El Pendillo. So there's the R.I.P. El Pendillo medallion. It's got a G4 medallion on it that says, basically it's the logo for G4. And then Edición Dia de los Muertos Madera Reposado is the medallion on the bottom. And then when you open this puppy up, you have to open up these copper latch. You open it up and it's got a really nice plate inside with the bottle sitting in a nice coffin that's got this cloth, nice silky cloth material there. And let's pull this out. The stuff on the side basically says, Somos la cuarta generación de productores de tequila. Supervisamos personalmente cada paso, comenzado con la selección de nuestros agaves y cuidando meticulosamente todo el proceso para garantizar la máxima calidad. Which I have no idea what that says in Spanish. But I can read Spanish, so... Looking at the bottle, it is looks just like the G4 Madera Blanco bottle, except it says Reposado on it, and it has a sticker for Dia de los Muertos Calavera sticker on it, and it is not numbered. And I did have some people ask me if these bottles were numbered. The Reposado bottles are not numbered like the Blanco bottles are, and I know some people had said that they heard that they were numbered. They're not numbered. I've never heard anything from the brand saying that this particular batch of Reposado had numbered bottles. Now let's talk a little bit about production of this. This is made standardly like G4 is, except they use they cook the agave in brick hornos. They use Felipe Stein to do the crushing and extracting the sugars from it, and then it is fermented in pine vats, wooden vats. Felipe bought 2 new vats a couple years ago. They've used them for some other things, but this is the first all wood tequila made. The regular Madera Blanco was. So this is all fermented in wood, and some people think that it may impart some wood flavors. You know, it did at first when the wood was new, but since it's been used so much, I wouldn't expect to taste any wooden notes coming from it from the wood fermentation tanks, but more for the aging on this. Now, this is aged in Dickel barrels, of course, a heavily used Dickel barrel. So you notice G4 usually never has very much color to it. It's always very light color, and that's because of how stressed how used the Dickel barrels are. They're barrels that have been used for an old Dickel, so it's ones that are aged for a long time. So a lot of the char and wooden notes come out, and then Felipe does not rechar the barrels when he uses them. So you will get that Dickel bourbon flavor notes in some of his tequilas as well. All right, well, that's pretty much production notes on this. Let's get into the tasting portion and see if this thing is worth $300. So we'll go ahead and pop the top on this, pour a little bit of this Reposado into the glass. Let's take a look at this in the glass. Coats the glass beautifully. You can see the tears starting to form on it. Legs are coming down, legs and tears. There, it just broke. So, and then leave some pearls on there. So it's kind of a nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Looking at the tequila in the glass, the color on it is extremely light straw colors, like barely a little bit of color to it, but it's crystal clear. You can see the little dashes of light going through it. So it looks beautiful. All right, so let's see what we get on the nose on this. Definitely picking up the sweet cinnamon and baking spices, the cooked agave notes, some citrus, some black pepper, hint of vanilla in there, some slight notes of caramel, a little bit of citrus, and a hint of oak. You do pick up some oak notes on this. But it smells good. It smells like a good reposado should. So let's see what we get on the flavor palette for our tasting portion next. All right, so this is my first taste of tequila for the day, so I have to acclimate my lips and gums to 45% or 42% alcohol by volume. So this is a 42% ABV. It's not 45% like the Blanco is. All the lips and gums acclimated, let everything settle down a little bit. Then we'll be ready to do the tasting. You always want to do that before you first taste, before you start really evaluating a tequila. Get your lips and gums acclimated to alcohol first. You'll get that burning sensation first, and then it subsides, and then it won't burn anymore. It's just your gums and lips and stuff screaming that, that you're hitting them with 40% or higher alcohol. All right, things have settled down now, so let's get into the tasting portion. Salud. Let's see what we get. Coats the mouth beautifully, has a nice viscous mouthfeel to it. Definitely pick up that nice cinnamon and baking spices in the front. Some black pepper coming through on it. A little bit of heat in this one. Notes of vanilla and caramel and hints of dark chocolate coming through on it as well. This is a really nice reposado. It's really enjoyable. Cooked agave up front, citrus, cherry, even like a dry apricot note in there, vanilla, caramel, hints of dark chocolate. The dark chocolate note kind of sits on your tongue a little bit at the end, a little bit of sweet cinnamon notes in there as well. Finish is kind of a medium finish. It hangs on for a little bit. There's some heat there carrying things through, and I think that may be more Dickel heat that's coming through on it. But it's not, nothing's off-putting about this. It's actually quite enjoyable. It's a really nice Reposado. Now, the part that I've really had to wrestle with here is the $300 plus price point on this because of the box. And while I love Felipe and I love supporting what he does, I bought 3 of these boxes, and I love the juice and I'm glad to support the brand. But as far as my recommendations, this is what I'd recommend. I'd recommend, instead of like next year, if they wanted to do this, send the Reposado by itself as bottles and let people be able to purchase those for like 65, 70 bucks a bottle, and then make the cases, but send those to the G4 people here and have them sell it on the G4 store, where people could purchase them separately, and then you could put whatever G4 bottle and stuff you want in it, and that would bring the price down, because when you send it with the tequila through every range, you know, everybody takes their markup, they're margined on it, so the exporter gets their margin, the distributor gets their margin, the retailer gets their margin, and by that you're jacking up the price of the box with the tequila. So I'd love to see this at a $65, $75 price range. That I would definitely recommend it and give it a solid 4 agave rating. But because it's $300 to $400 right now to get this Reposado, even if you don't want the box, there's no option to get it without the box. I'm going to rate this down to 3 agave. Yeah, I bought 3 boxes of, just because I'll support anything that Felipe does. Felipe is like family to me. I love him. I love Alan. I know the family really well, and so I will support them by picking them up. But I have extra boxes now that I really don't want, but I had no choice but to get the boxes with the bottles of Reposado. So there you go. If you like the information I share with you today, make sure you click the thumbs up and give me a like. If you're new to the channel, bienvenido, welcome. And hopefully you click that subscribe button right there and the notification bell next to it, so you get notified every time I post a new review or go live with my Q&As. We'd love to have you come and chat and to comment on the videos and participate and become part of the Tequila Hombre family. And until next time, like I always say, life is too short to drink bad tequila. So, hey, if you want a really nice Reposado, I definitely recommend the G4 Madera Reposado. It's a beautiful Reposado. Just the $300 to $400 price tag makes it a little bit priced too much, unless you want a really cool box. So if you do, grab it. It's a delicious Reposado. Salud. Bye, guys.